Hi, hello, Rubies. It's very good to see you all again today. I hope you're well. Um, this weekend we had some energies. I am not an astrologist yet, but I am learning. But we had the Lionsgate portal, we had the Aquarius full moon right afterwards, which still had some of the energies from the Lionsgate portal. We had lingering energies from the full moon and the Lionsgate portal, as well as I think Mercury just recently ended. So there was a lot of energies this weekend. But that's okay, because I'm hearing that we did it. You did it. You made it through the energies. No matter how interesting they were to navigate through, because, well, yes, they were very positive and very great, and were very much about change and transformation and manifestation. It was still a bit rough, especially since we're in Leo season. And Leo season, she could be a bit rough. We still love her though. We still love her. But they're wanting me to take a moment to sit with you guys, and we're gonna take some deep breaths. Also, if you can see this, I had to put my little like windshield protector. I forget exactly what they're called, because the heat of the sun is like right on my phone where I'm recording, so I had to put this up. So don't mind that. You probably don't care. That's just the perfectionist in me being like, oh, I don't like that it's in frame, but whatever. And there's a white butterfly right there for any of you who have butterflies, specifically white, coming in for you. Okay, we're gonna take some few deep breaths together. You ready? In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. One last time. In through the nose, and out through the mouth. Right after we finish that, the breeze starts really rustling the trees and the bushes nearby. Absolutely beautiful. First things first, they're wanting me to bring up, you are more than likely going through some. You're feeling some of the effects still from all of these energies these past weekends. That's significant for somebody. You could have been feeling this way for a little bit. Um, but I meant to specifically say this weekend, because this weekend was really, really, really big in the astrological, astrological, astrology world, whatever word that. And because of this, you guys are, oh, there's a fly. You guys are still feeling, there is a yellow, or not a yellow, it's an orange butterfly that they are wanting me to mention. And it just landed on a little plant, like right outside the car, and it's just sitting there all gracefully with its wings open. They're wanting me to make an analogy off of this. So, right now, you guys are that little butterfly. You're just chilling, you're just relaxing and resting because that's what you're meant to be. You remember how I was saying that this weekend's energies was very, very much about transformation, about change, about abundance, right? Well, that's you guys, right? You're this little butterfly. You are sitting, just relaxing in your life. You're taking the time and the rest needed to listen to your body, listen to your intuition. You're following your heart, you're following your spirit team's guidance, and you're in a very restful period. And if you're anything like me, after, and I don't even want to just say after this weekend, I feel like August in general has very much been a month of, yes, action taking, but knowing when to take action and then when to let it go, release, rest, and just know that it's coming. Just have this deep knowing. And so, the little butterfly's still over there. And so, you guys are, I feel like you're really tired, especially after this weekend, because you went through a lot. You purged a lot. You could still be purging a lot. Like, I know for me personally, I've been having a lot of flare ups in my body. I've been having a lot of acne breakouts, which I haven't had this big of an acne breakout in a few years. You could be having stomach issues. I know my stomach has been going like really rumble, grumble, tumble, right? Not very happy. And you could even be feeling areas with your sacral, especially if you're a woman and you have a uterus. You could be feeling some things there, or even your cycle right now could be off. Your body is in this spiritual limbo at the moment. And there's a reason why it's in the spiritual limbo, and that's because you're purging. And not only are you purging, but there's also very, 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 very heavy significance on rest at the moment, on resting. And I know some of you are going to be like, but Zora, I've been resting for like a really long time. And I get that. You've been resting for a while. However, there's a reason why you've been resting for a while, and I'm saying this as much for you guys as I'm saying it for myself, because this is a little bit of a call out on me too. I'm very eager, very ready, and excited to step into this new chapter. However, this new chapter, while yes, it is coming, no matter what, it's gonna happen, and it's literally right around the corner, which is one of the reasons why I've been feeling like a little bit rushed, which isn't the universe, it's myself. You guys are probably relating to this too, since they're having me talk about this. And you feel the energy, you feel this really big change that's just everywhere right now, and you're like, it's gonna happen. You're in this anticipatory, I think that's a word for that, but you're very much anticipating the energy and the blessings and this new chapter of your life that's going to be coming in. But, and remember, I'm saying this with love because this is also a call out to myself. We have to remember that in order to fully step into these chapters, confirmation burp, we have to rest. We have to fully let our bodies settle. We have to let our minds settle so we can process everything that we need to process before we head into the next chapter. And also because here's another thing they're wanting me to bring up with you guys, and that's you guys are a collective that has gone through so much in your life. So much. 10:33 as I looked up at the timer. And because of this, your body is so used to the chaos. It's not used to resting, to sitting still, to peace. It's used to disharmony, chaos, movement constantly. And this is even more so of a reason why it's really important right now, 11:04 as I looked up the timer, to rest. Because, and I feel like you guys already know this as well, the energies of this next chapter of your life, you're going to be busy. You're going to be busy and booked, is what I'm hearing. And because of this, you know, of course you're still going to have time to rest. The universe will always make sure that you have time to rest. But this next chapter, phase 2, is all about learning to be... They're not wanting me to say that. Right now, before phase 2, your next chapter, this sacred pause that we're still in, it's about learning how to be comfortable, how to be safe, how to be present. Confirmation burp. In the safetiness of this piece. And another thing that they're wanting me to bring forward, there goes like a little grasshopper cricketing again. They're bringing it back around to the butterfly analogy. You know how a butterfly has to... Also, before they're wanting me to talk about that, it still involves butterflies. I am wearing a butterfly dress today. I don't know if I can pull it up a little bit for you guys, but I have like all sorts of little butterflies on me today. So butterfly is really significant. Anyways, back to the channeled message. Well, not that that wasn't channeled, but I don't know if you saw that, but that was a little dragonfly. Okay. You guys, you're the butterfly. You're in your chrysalis at the moment. And if you don't know this about butterflies, here's a fun fact, but when they transform from caterpillar to butterfly, they literally physically change their DNA. They don't just completely morph their bodies, but they change their entire DNA, the entire way that their body works. It's absolutely amazing learning about how these wonderful creatures move about in their lives and how they transform. Remember how I was saying how everybody is still really purging at the moment and processing, especially after this weekend's energies? Exactly. It's because right now your body is literally changing on a cellular level. You are transforming, and I don't just mean spiritually, but I literally mean physically. And you guys could have been noticing about this about yourself as well recently, but your bodies could have been, like, you could have noticed your face shape starting to change, you could have noticed your skin starting to glow more, maybe your hair is starting to get more silky and soft, or you're just noticing more physical changes in your body recently. And that's because you're evolving, you're transforming. But do you know how much effort that takes to do so? How much energy? Even if it's subconscious, because trust me, even if you're like, well, I have been, and that little grasshopper just went off again, confirmation. But even if you're just like, but Zora, I have been resting, I have been like listening to my intuition and taking care of myself and everything, which, good for you, the universe is applauding you for that. Confirmation burp. However, they're still wanting you to just relax and take a breather. And that's that on that. I just lost my train of thought. Which, another thing that you guys have really noticed about this video, but I am much more slow this video. I am much more relaxed. There's way more pauses in between my channelings, just more moments of silence and breathing and sitting. And that's the energy that they really want you to sit in. And I promise you that the minute that you really start to sit and actually rest in the peace, in the silence, and I know you're like, well, what do you mean by actually? And by that I mean not feeling it. And this is another call out to myself, but they're really, really, really bringing forth that now is not the time to be filling this silence and this pause with doing things. Now, obviously, they still want you to go out and do the things at 17:55, so I looked up the timer. They're still wanting you to go out and do things that you're feeling called to do by your intuition. However, when it comes to things like, and this comes back to that sitting still, which I still struggle with this a little bit, also I'm getting an itchy nose as I'm saying this, I tend to fill my time with some sort of noise, or such as music, a podcast that I really like, a show, things like that. And they're wanting you to, well, yes, you still can, do the things you love. Listen to your favorite music, watch your favorite shows, listen to your podcasts, your audiobooks, whatever. They still want you to at least once a day, take some time to just sit in silence. And that doesn't mean having to sit there and meditate. That could be meditating for some of you, but that also could just mean sitting there reading a book, or drinking some nice tea, or just sitting outside even and just appreciating the breeze, or the sound of the birds, or whatever it may be. But take at least one little break each day to do this. Because by doing this, not only are you regulating your nervous system, which, once again, like I said, this collective has been through so much trauma and hardships and dark nights of the soul. I almost said shadows of the soul, which to me is just more shadow work that you've done with yourself. But it's helping you to also learn more about yourself. And another thing as well is this is preparing you it is preparing you for the serenity that you're going to be feeling in this next chapter of your life. Because a lot of you, actually, I'm not even going to say a lot of you, any of you who are finding this video, it is because, like me, your dream life involves just freedom and rest and just being able to do nothing at all, while also just being able to do the things that you want to do without pressures. But the thing is about this 2111, as I looked up at the timer, is 1111 might be really important for you guys here. But when you guys get into this chapter, if you don't appreciate the sacred pause now, you're going to look back on it because of how busy you are and the dream life you're going to be living, and you are going to feel a little bit sad that you didn't appreciate it. And also, not to mention, remember how this next chapter is about being safe within and having that freedom and that silence and that peace and that serenity, because that's exactly what you're going to have. Confirmation burp. It's also about 2212, as I looked up at the timer. It's also about learning now so that you're actually comfortable in the next step and don't have to worry about learning these lessons that the universe is giving you the opportunity to learn now in the future, and is just giving you more room to be free, to be who you want to be relaxed. I just keep hearing the word serenity. They're wanting me to pull a few cards and some charms. Also, if you guys are wondering what I'm fidgeting with, it's a little coin of mine that belonged to my grandfather. And it says, "Life is beautiful with you in it." And this is what it looks like. And it has a little sparrow on it with a purple flower and some green leaves. Also, once again, sparrows are really, really, really important for this collective. Sorry, there's a little grasshopper that hopped in the car and I don't want him getting trapped in here. Before I pull some cards, they want me to pull from my divination trinket bag. So they want a little bit more. Okay, these were the little trinkets that I pulled out. We have a little textured pearl bead. I really hope that you guys can see that. I'm gonna try and get my face out of view. We have a little pink train bead. We have a little red leaf bead. We have a blue little rose. a green little telephone bead, a purple flower bead. Purple flowers are really significant for somebody out there. We have a button with little squiggly swirls on it, and this one really reminds me of Nordic and Celtic like shield designs, or just in general, so that could be important for somebody. We have this like really pretty little green bead, and the sun's not on it right now so you can't see, but it has little mini sparkles in it. And then this is really crazy because I only have like 5 of these in here. There's only one missing, and it's a purple one. But we got 4 of these little beads, and they're all little rabbits. So we have a yellow, pink, a green, and a blue. Which these colors in general, when it comes to the chakras, are the heart chakra, the throat chakra, and the solar plexus chakra, which, oh, and then we also have the root. And the solar plexus chakra is the one that's where the stomach is. And remember how I mentioned earlier, how there's some, like, you guys might be dealing with some stomach issues because the purging. There's that little bit for you. And then we got some little fortune cookie papers I'm going to read to you. You have a deep appreciation of the arts and music. 6, 18, 28, 30, 34, and 38. I'll leave it right there for you guys. I don't know if you can read that. I really hope it's focusing. Everything will now come your way. 8, 10, 22, 32, 33, and 51. And the last little one that came out is, many receive advice, only the wise profit by it. Ooh. Confirmation burp. 3, 9, 8, 56, 43, and 68 are the numbers here. And actually, that last little one, they're wanting me to read you the little quote that's on my tea bag. Also, this is Hedwig, and I love him. Owls might be significant for somebody out there. If you have knowledge, let others light their candles in it. Margaret Fuller. If you have knowledge, let others light their candles in it. Delicious. It is a oatmeal cinnamon tea to help with the gut. And they're wanting me to end off this message with some affirmation oracle cards. Which also, here's pink again, which is the heart chakra. Very, very, very significant for somebody out there. As always, only that of love and light energy is allowed in this space, and that which serves the highest of goods, and of the universe and spirit teams. Anything that is not of this energy or energies. There's a little sparrow that landed right by the car. Anything and everything that is not those energies now will go. Somewhere to be. It's the message that my collective needs to hear today. They're wanting me to do split deck. Ooh, and they just had me pull out a card, and Oh my god. If your heart has grown bigger, that means you have let go and emptied out many things. This shows you have to let go of the bad things that are left with nothing but happiness and freedom. Park Jimin. And this one is in pink, which is the heart chakra. And what did I say about purging and everything? And about rest and freedom and happiness. You guys, you're in the last step. This is the last step before the new beginning. Which is why it's really, really important right now, instead of being hasty or trying to fill it with trying to fill it with, and I don't want to say emptiness, but trying to fill your silence and your rest with things that aren't that beneficial, such as when you're meant to be sitting in silence and instead putting something on in the background and things like that. This is the last step. So embrace it. Embrace it to its full potential, because it is about to change. So after the split deck, after the split deck, words. So after pulling that card at split deck, we have you always remember. Interesting. Always remember that your dreams are excited to meet you too. Park Sung-hoon. And this one is in gold, which I associate with the crown chakra and our aura in general. The card underneath that is, you don't have to be anything you see. Try not to be the someone in the sea, by Kim Namjoon. And this one is red, which is the root chakra. And the card underneath this is, keep going forward and love yourself. I'm going to reread this one. Keep going forward and love yourself. Hong Jisoo. And this one is also in pink, which is the heart chakra. Any other cards? Nope. They're saying that's it. They're wanting me to end this off by saying that they love you so much. They are so, so proud of you. And to just know that, as I said before, this new beginning is coming and it is about to happen. And because it's so close, instead of spending the last bit of your time that you have in this sacred pause, in your little chrysalis, your little cocoon, before fluttering out as the little beautiful butterfly you are, embrace this time. Enjoy it to its fullest. Because I'm also hearing, by you doing that, it'll make this thing happen even faster than you realize, because it'll be like in the blink of an eye. You'll be living your moment over here, doing your thing, resting, finally embracing, and you'll turn over to your side and it's like, bam, new beginnings. Alright, you guys. That's the end of this message. I hope that it resonated with you and was able to help you. And just know that it's okay to be feeling a little funky and a little wonky right now, because you're purging, and it takes a lot, it's okay. So, I love you guys so, so much. I hope the best for you all. And I'm so excited for what's to come next, but most importantly, I'm so excited to see what you guys do with this rest. Now, if you guys want to book a reading with me, you can go ahead and do that. I have my Instagram and my PayPal linked down in the description box below. Also, if you want to find the information on how to book a reading with me, you can either head over to my YouTube community or go over to my Instagram, and it's the first post pin. But yeah, I love you all very, very much, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Bye.